Bandwidth for This Week in Photography is brought to you by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
Hi, this is Scott Bourne and welcome to This Week in Photography. As promised, we're going to do another video cast having to do with camera supports. This time, we're going to look at the lower end, the affordable and easy to carry camera supports, and it's all coming up right here on TWIP. Let's get started with the most affordable camera support that's commercially available that I could find that I would use. It's called the Pod. And I have my trusty Canon G9 mounted to it. And this allows me to get down here and steady the camera, make my exposure, and not have to worry about any vibration. The Pod comes in different sizes and colors. It's made in Canada, and we have information on where to buy it. It starts at $12.99 and goes up to $49, depending on the size, the color, and the application. What I like about this, in particular, if you're using a point and shoot, you don't need to have a camera plate. You can just screw the camera on to the thread, and it's very easy. You can stick this in your bag. You can put this on a car. You can put it on a fence post, and I've been getting 1/15 of a second exposures that are tack sharp using this little device. For $12.99, it's going to be pretty tough to find anything less expensive that's commercially available. I really like these, and we have information in the show notes and on the screen where you can get them. It's the Pod Canada. Now we have another Pod-like device we're going to show you in the next segment. Here's another affordable and easy to carry camera support. It's called the Omnipod. Now what's different about the Omnipod as compared with the Pod is that this is a longer function format. So I can lean this over a car window. I mean, it'll just bend, and it's got a very nice sticky surface on the bottom. It has a hook, strap hook, that you can use on your belt. So that's kind of cool. And once again, I got the G9 mounted on it, so I could pretend my arm is a car window here. I could just open the window and steady my camera. Now, it will also accept larger camera bodies, the smaller DSLRs. If you want, you can buy a quick release plate that fits on here, so your Arca Swiss style mounting system, similar to the one I showed in our first tripod video, will work with this. These are a little more spendy. They start at $25. And if you get the Arca Swiss style quick release plate with it, it goes up to $75. But it's very, very usable, very sturdy. I love the fact that I can just hook this onto my bag or my belt, and I got camera support everywhere I want to go. Once again, great for laying it over a fence post, perhaps a pole, a car window. It's very, very pliable. It doesn't have as much support right at the seam as I might like in some cases, like with a window, but good enough to get you an extra stop or two at least, which is what we're looking for in the way these camera supports. Now, we're going to step up again to another style of camera support that's completely different in our next segment. Now, what you see in front of me is called the Fat Bag, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about this. The Fat Bag comes from my friends at Kirk Photo, also a great distributor for the Omnipod. And the Fat Bag has no mounting system. There's no tripod head here. I just plant that sucker right there. Look, Ma, no hands. It's very stable, it's not going anywhere, and I can shoot this as if I were on a tripod now. So whatever shutter speeds I'd be comfortable with on a tripod, I'm comfortable with here. It's rock solid. And some good technique is to get down and just touch the top of the lens with your hand. Not hold it pressure-wise, but just touch it, look through the shutter, press the button. You got a very rock solid platform. Now, unlike the Omnipod, this sucker is thick and heavy. This will go over a car window and support a 400, 500 millimeter lens. Very versatile. A little bit more expensive. Now we're moving up towards $50 with this. Has a leather surface on top, has a gripping surface on the bottom. They ship this without the beads in it if you want to save a few bucks and a few bucks more with shipping, or you can just get it shipped full of the beads, so then you have something ready to work. It's also not quite as portable as some of the other devices I've shown you, because this is going to take up a fair amount of room in your camera bag. It only weighs 6 pounds. It's not too bad, but I really like this guy. I really have decided that if I can't carry my tripod, I'm going to carry the Fat Bag. The last low price, easy to carry camera support I'm going to show you in today's segment is the GorillaPod. And this is the SLR Zoom model. It's about 50 bucks, but it's very sturdy. It holds up to 6.6 pounds. And right here, once again, no hands, I have a Canon 40D, a 17-40L lens, the strap, and it's rock solid. I can take pictures and get a lot of support. What's cool about the GorillaPod is I can also bend these legs and really get crazy if I want to change to a lower angle. If this were a fence post, I could literally bend the legs around the fence post and have a vertical. This is very, very reliable. Now what I've done to make mine even more reliable is I've spent the $50 extra from Kirk Photo to get a quick release plate. So I've mounted my Arca Swiss quick release plate to the top of the GorillaPod, and that way I can use my Arca Swiss style L-mount lens plate to secure the camera on the GorillaPod. That just makes it that much sturdier. But you can save a lot of money. If you don't want this $50 piece, you can just screw your camera directly on here. It's not quite as sturdy and safe in my opinion, but definitely will work. So there are several models of the GorillaPod. Some are only about that big. Not all of them will hold a big DSLR, so make sure you're getting the SLR Zoom model if you want to go full bore. All of these devices have something in common. They're reasonably portable, they're reasonably affordable, and they'll go places that a tripod won't. And that's very important. If you want to take your tripod into certain public facilities, they won't let you, but you can always get away with one of these guys or one of the bean bags. Hope this has been helpful. So there you have it. You don't have to spend a lot of money, nor do you need a lot of space to carry camera supports with you. Remember, if you're going to spend money on a nice camera, you probably want to think about having something to support it so that you get those rock steady shots that are tack sharp. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of TWIP. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, you know what to do. Visit the blog or send me an email, twipphoto@gmail.com. And until next time, we're going to put the lens cap right back on.